Welcome to Industry Gossip. My name is Manish Kata, and with me, bougie as fuck gossip queen, Christopher Norton.
From now on, that's award-winning bougie as fuck gossip queen. Just so we're clear.
Clear.
All right, first up in acquisition news.
Acquisition Watch.
Orion scoops up TownSquare Capital. Underrated or overrated?
This is underrated. Listen, I think it's clear now that Eric Clark is a boss in this industry, El Patron, and the plan is finally starting to come together, it seems, from the different acquisitions through the years to become this, their words, most-in-one software. I think this is the icing on the cake in terms of OCIO services, which we are big believers on. So this could just be an asset play where they're adding the $6 billion and call it a day. But I have a feeling it's a little deeper in terms of bringing those capabilities to the rest of the Orion suite of products. So I think this is underrated. I think we haven't heard the full story here, and it'll come out in the next year or so.
I missed my coffee last time we did this. Okay, OnRamp has announced Series A funding. They didn't disclose the terms, but they announced it. Underrated or overrated?
This is overrated, and I really wish that they would just kind of go under the radar from here on out, because frankly, it's been either raising money, spending money, or laying off people. That's really it in the news. So unless you're going to come out and release to the public your growth, what clients are actually using you, it doesn't do you any favors to continue to be in the press. We have no idea who's using this. I mean, listen, I talk to advisors all day long. Frankly, I'll tell you right now, no one's doing any crypto. And if they are, it's a futures fund or someone. No one is trying to get technology to add crypto to their custodian account, at least in the circles that I'm running in. So at some point, the company needs to figure out how they're going to release their growth plans and what people are actually using it. Otherwise, it's still just smoke and mirrors at this point.
Okay, Morningstar has bought a $30 million stake in SmartX. They got 2 board seats for it, and a piece of the puzzle to launch their direct indexing plans later this year. Underrated or overrated?
This is vastly underrated, and I need to give Evan a call because I need to really get some gossip here on this one, because it smells like Morningstar eventually will just buy SmartX out and make it their TAMP. That's what I see in the future. You make an investment, which was a convertible note earlier, and then use their technology as your TAMP to replace InvestCloud's suite of tech, which from what I saw and what I heard was basically putrid. And then now the second step is a $30 million investment, 2 board seats. It just seems like the writing is on the wall where they are just going to buy SmartX out, add it to their technology, or it will be their TAMP technology, which is huge. The technology is great. Morningstar has the assets to really push some of the larger players like Envestnet, OPS, and AssetMark. I think this is a baller move for them. I think this is what they need if they want to compete in the TAMP space. I think this is underrated, and I think other TAMPs should be worried about this.
I think we're going to need a new graphic. Acquisition watch? With a question mark?
Baller move.
All right. TIFIN, if I'm saying that right. TIFIN? Anyway, they raised $109 million with a unicorn-like valuation to deliver, I want to make sure I get this right, the single largest data platform of the world of wealth and investments that would deliver embedded products through super apps in microcapsules. I have no idea what the I just said, but underrated or overrated?
God, this is so overrated. Look, shout out to Brooke Southall, who wrote this at RAA Biz. We love you, Brooke. Nothing against your writing, but I've read this thing 10 times, and I still don't have a clue what this company does. You took a little bit of my thunder because I had this written down. Let's read it again. Would deliver embedded products through super apps and microcapsules. Now, look, we were in Denver last week, but literally, I want what these guys are smoking because I have no clue what they're doing. $842 million valuation. Fine, whatever. Guess what? That's double what it was last year. And I literally read this article. I cannot even fathom what they do as a company. Here's another one. It's an approach where we call embedded investments, where investment management products are hosted within the software and APIs used by financial advisors and other trusted intermediaries. Listen, advisors are still trying to get their Chase account to connect to the account aggregation software. So I don't know what capsules or starships that you're flying in, but the rest of us don't fucking care.
Well, I'm starting to understand how news anchors feel, because this is a big shift in tone with this next question. But last one for this outing. Wealth managers are losing tech talent to bigger companies that can offer them more money, more opportunities, and it's just getting away from them. So, underrated or overrated?
I think this is underrated, and I can tell you from our experience, it's getting harder and harder to get developers, and we don't even hire them internally. This is just outsourced developers. They're raising their prices left and right, and even when you get on their docket, they'll push you out 4 to 6 months. I can't imagine the larger firms trying to attract talent. Obviously, in the development world, wages are skyrocketing, firms like Apple, Google, etc. So you're competing with those tech firms in the wealth management space. And I think this is going to be a continued problem for larger wealth management firms. It's a problem for us, even contracting to these firms. And so I think it's something to keep an eye on. Maybe releases just happen slower, I don't know. But it's harder and harder to find really good developers to work with you. And I think the story is underrated and will continue to be underrated for the foreseeable future.
Well, that will do it for this episode of Industry Gossip. We appreciate the growing audience that's almost as tall as my hair has gotten. Please continue to like, subscribe, share with somebody that hasn't seen the show, and we'll see you back soon.
Thank you.